The Great War is ended, but this isn't feeling as gratifying as it should be. Will things ever go back to normal?
And this might actually change. This phenomenon is called epigenetics.
The word epigenetics is made out of two syllables, epi, meaning on top of, and genetics, meaning the study of your genes.
Epigenetics is the study of how your behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way your genes work. Unlike genetic changes, epigenetic changes are reversible and do not change your DNA, but they can change how your body reads a DNA sequence. So how does epigenetics manifest itself in our bodies? It has two methods. The first one being DNA methylation, where CH3 is attached to the DNA. Luca will further this topic later. Secondly, histone modification enables epigenetic changes to take place. If we zoom out of the DNA, we see an elementary structure over which the DNA strand is spooled around, proteins called histones. Chemical groups can be added or removed to make the histones more loosely and tightly packed. Loosely packed histones expose the DNA, which enables the DNA to be read. Thus, the gene is turned on. For tightly packed histones, proteins are incapable of reading the gene, thus it is turned off.
With the help of an addition reaction, we can now add a CH3 group or a methyl group on top of the DNA. We can therefore change the structure on top of the DNA. Now, proteins or enzymes cannot scan the DNA or the gene anymore, and now proteins cannot be synthesized anymore. Therefore, the DNA is deactivated.
Proteins have all different sorts of functions, such as acting as hormones, helping with muscle contraction, or transporting oxygen in your blood. The blueprint of your proteins are encoded in your genes, which are parts of the DNA inside of the nucleus of a cell. In order to synthesize the protein, the sequence of each one of the bases of the gene, indicated as base A, T, G, C, and U, needs to be read as well as transcribed by an enzyme, RNA polymerase. This results in the synthesis of mRNA. As a messenger, it contains a differently encoded version of the information of the gene, which can be translated by the ribosomes, creating a protein.
Epigenetic changes can be found in the inheritance of trauma. A study found that the children of Holocaust survivors had epigenetic changes on a gene that was linked to their levels of cortisol, a hormone involved in the stress response. Likewise, one's physical health could also be affected. The Dutch hunger winter after the Second World War led to mass starvation, which ultimately left lasting epigenetic imprints on their children, such as an unusual presence of heart disease and other metabolic disorders.
Coming back to our introductory questions, whether things might ever change, the answer is
Maybe.
it all depends on things you surround yourself with. If you exercise regularly, eat nutritious food, and generally promote your mental stability, things might change.
After all, epigenetic modifications can occur every single day. For example, your DNA could either be methylated or demethylated. So therefore, your daily life can actually influence the structure on top of your DNA every single day.
We hope that you found this video helpful, and we hope to see you next time. Goodbye!
Thank you.